It's only sports with a twist, no script. Legends coming through on the guest list. TC Minnesota, land of the lakes, Green Bay. That's all I gotta say. Gotta score with the Wolves, you know we don't play. We get wild every single day. We got our flaws, but we love our Saints. Twist Nation, golden like our page. Twist Nation.
What's going on? What's good?
We are live on Facebook. We are live on RTF Sports Network. I'm going to get right to it. We are down. We are losing for the show of the month, and we need your help. I'm not even going to get to our first interview until we take the lead. I'm kidding because our interview's already lined up. Thanks for tuning in. Twist, the Weekend Sports Talk, episode 18. Yeah. We are live. We are in studio, and we are healthy. Yes. So we're going to get right into it. Our first interview, we got him keyed up, is Tanner Morgan. He is QB1 for the Golden Gophers. And if you can't tell by my hat, that is a Gopher. Okay. All right. All of your interviews are brought to you by Bricks Boatworks. They are your trusted local source for marine repair, and they are open and they are ready and willing to help.
Bricks.
Boatworks.
Sponsored.
Right, let's bring him on. Tanner Morgan, y'all.
T-Money, what's going on, bud?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on.
Not a problem. How are you doing today?
Man, I'm doing elite. Just thankful to have a beautiful day outside, to just get out a little bit and get outside and stay instead of being in the house locked up, So, just doing great today. Thanks for having me on again. Really appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Yeah, we really appreciate having you on, Tanner. This is awesome. We were super excited. I remember Matt reached out when he first, messaged you, and we had to kind of go through the U and stuff like that. But super excited. So you're in Kentucky right now with the fam, or what?
Yeah, I'm in Kentucky with the fam with my dad right now. Here for the time being until we're able to come back. So been grateful to be able to be around a good family that is providing a lot of good things, and it's good to be home in a sense. Just looking at it as a positive note of what's going on right now. But I'm back in the bluegrass.
So what are some things that you're doing right now, Tanner, to kind of as a routine to get ready for the upcoming season, things like that?
Yeah, I think for us, we're able to get on Zoom meetings or pre-recorded meetings with our coaches, kind of depending on what the NCAA votes here this upcoming weekend. But we've been able to do that the past 2 weeks, limited, but it's been good to just continue to help us grow and get better mentally stronger and things like that. But we've also been able to, just get on and watch film, watch old game film, and then just find ways to work out, find ways, to creatively, whether it's in the backyard, a parking lot, or in the basement, just working out, doing different stuff. Our coaches have done a great job of giving us different things to where we can continue to get better, continue to grow through this uncertain time.
Can you explain a little bit about when you were in high school, the recruitment process, coaches coming into the family living room? Obviously, we know who you chose and where you originally went, but I'm intrigued to hear kind of that whole process.
Yeah, I think so. So when I was spring of my sophomore year is when I started to receive my first offers. Wake Forest was my first offer. And then just kind of went from there and kind of dialed down a little bit for me, and talked to a lot of coaches and saw guys pass on me for different people, and thankfully they did. And then I ultimately went on a visit to Western Michigan in the car before I walked into the building. Told my dad, I'm not committing today. And then I just got around the row the boat culture, got around Coach Fleck and his staff, and decided that that's the people I wanted to be around. And so I was committed to Western Michigan for a year. And then when Coach Fleck took the job at Minnesota, he offered me the chance to come. I was getting ready to take off to go to Kalamazoo. He offered me to come to Minnesota, and it was a no-brainer for me and my family to come up north and be a part of the elite things that were to happen at the U and come to the Twin Cities.
So since you brought him up, let's stick on that topic then. So how has PJ Fleck changed your life personally?
Oh, man, so many ways. I think the first way is with Coach, it's way more than football. He makes you into a better man, into an elite man, and he demands that out of all 4 areas of your life, whether that's academically, athletically, socially, or spiritually. It's demanded. It's part of our program. And Coach has just been helped me become a good leader, because he's just a phenomenal leader to be around, to watch him lead our program, the things he does, and just the energy he applies to his life and to our program are things that I've picked up from him. And I'm just so thankful he's my head coach, that I have the relationship with him that I do, because he's definitely made me a way better man, and is only going to continue to do so.
What was last year like, going from competing for a starting job to actually taking over and being the starting quarterback for the Gophers by far in their best year in school history?
Yeah, I think anytime you're in a competition, for us, we always compete with each other, not against, because we're going to help each other grow and get to the potential and to the levels that we want to be at. But also, I think when you're in a competition, you always have to prepare like you're the guy. You have to be there before you get there. It's something we've talked about, and you have to prepare to be there before you actually get to that moment. So prepare like you're the starter. Even if you're the fifth string guy, you have to prepare like that. So for when the moment does come, it's not too big. And I think that's just the thing for me is, obviously we never wanted to see one of your teammates go down, but when Zach did, just kind of the support from my teammates and the support from Zach to just help me continue to get better was just phenomenal. And I'm just very thankful for that. Yeah.
Did you ever think, junior high, elementary school, that you'd be a starting quarterback in the Big Ten? Was that a goal of yours, even at an early age?
Oh, yeah, I wanted to play big-time college football. Probably when I was that young, I was, watching USC, Matt Leinart, and, I had dreams of maybe going to USC or going to play in the SEC or whatever. But, man, I'm living out my dream right now, playing big-time college football in the best conference in America. And I just am so very blessed to be able to do that at the place that I do.
Yeah, one thing I do have for you is, the game that I remember most from last season was that Fresno State game, where it's 3rd and 18, 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. You thing one to the middle of the field for Rashad, and basically he's tripled to 4 people on him at that time, like a hope and a prayer. You get the first down, double overtime, we get the W, and that game kind of progressed the culture of what that season was. Like, no matter how much we ever got down by, we always knew that we could come back and get the W. And what's it like going into games like that and finishing with the W?
Oh, it's unbelievable because it shows how mature and how tough our team was and how tough your team is, because you can be put in a lot of really bad scenarios. But, for us, it's always about response, and that's what our team always did, especially in that game, responding. And then just making the plays happen when we needed them to be done, like Chris Bell, catching that ball in the back of the end zone. It's just phenomenal things, but it just shows how tough and mature our team was. And I think for any football team in situations like that, it just shows that a complete and total belief in each other. It's never like oh man, defense is up there, they're going to go score. No, it's like they're going to make a stop. I mean, and for us, it's our defense, when we're against playing Georgia Southern, it's 3rd and 30, and they're still thinking, they're going to go score. There was never a doubt in their mind. And that's what you want in a team, is just a total belief in one another, no matter what the situation is, that you're going to come out and come out on top. And that's just what's so phenomenal about our football team.
Greg, don't be shy. We have a Badger fan and a Packer host here. I think you're intimidating him a little bit,
No,
Tanner.
I was actually giving this. I got to be honest with you. before I ask you my question is, I've been living in Minnesota for 17 years now, and this year was the first time, and it's because of you, that I was actually nervous about playing Minnesota. Usually I'm trash talking all week, but with the way you guys are playing, and I was inspired by the way you guys played against Penn State. In all honesty, I thought Minnesota's going to have a great year if they can compete against Penn State, and then you guys end up beating them. So my question to you is, what is that like, being in that environment where you're now a big-time team? Teams are going to start storming the field after they beat you guys. What's it like?
Well, I mean, it's a phenomenal feeling, obviously, but the coolest thing I think for us is just seeing that, it's just 1 week at a time for us, and we don't look ahead, don't look behind or too far ahead. We just took it 1 week at a time, but to see the TCF Bank Stadium rocking with the gold towels going, like, man, that was just so cool. And the way that it just felt like Minnesota people have been craving something like that for so long. And to be able to give them that was just the best feeling in the world, man. To see the excitement on the fans' faces on the field after the game, it's like a movie. Like, honestly, like, it's something you see in a sports movie. Because I think Minnesota sports fans are one of the best sports fans in the country. They're loyal and they've been through a lot of ups and downs. And people will say that, but the way that they showed out for us and showed up was just phenomenal. The support around our team and our row the boat culture and Sky U Ma was just so cool. And it just, again, to see the stadium was just elite for us. And I'll never forget it. That's for sure.
It does make things show a lot better when both teams are fighting to be in the top 10.
Yeah. So my question for you, Tanner, really quick. So you had 30 touchdowns last season. You had 3,253 yards passing. So what's one thing this offseason that you're really trying to work on? What's one skill trait that you're trying to get better at this coming season?
Oh, man, there's a lot of things that I need to get better at and a lot of things I'm working at. Because what we did last year is definitely not good enough for what we're going to next year. So we always got to have a growth mindset. But I think for me, one is just continue to master our offense and be, to continue to increase my football IQ, man. It's learning about football is awesome for me. It's very exciting and what I always want to do. And then also, kind of footwork wise, is kind of calming my feet down and really sitting at the top of my drop instead of moving around too much. While staying active, but that's something that Coach Sanford's really helped me improve on already, and it's going to continue to help me improve.
Awesome. They talk about it with quarterbacks, that it factor, and for our professional team, our quarterback doesn't have that. That's one thing I saw with you last year, is you're really the calm before the storm. It doesn't matter if it's Penn State or Maryland. I mean, you're just the same Tanner Morgan that hits that field. And a lot of quarterbacks don't have that. I mean, right now you're a projected 2nd to 4th round pick in next year's draft. With another elite season, I mean, you could be looking at a 1st round pick. How is that feeling? Do you tend to agree with that you don't kind of get nervous for those big games?
Yeah, I think consistency is incredibly important, and it all comes from the preparation you put in for through the week. If you're prepared, you're going to be able to go out there and play to the best of your abilities, with a quiet mind, and just go out and execute and play football. But I think for me, it's just kind of the understanding, honestly, with my faith that football is very important. But at the end of the day, it doesn't define who I am. So that kind of gives me the confidence to go out there and just play football and not worry about what people say or listen to what other people say about me or about our team. It's I think that's where that comes from. And, I failed a lot in my life and in my football career that I really look at it as an opportunity to grow. And that's what we talk about in our culture. So just that understanding just brings incredible peace. And I always do my best to be as consistent as I can every day in practice and bring the most energy. And our offense is the same thing in our whole team. Just bring a lot of energy and focus. And with that transfers over to the game, I would say for sure.
Awesome. Well, I mean, it's been awesome just having you in. I hope we can have you in the future as well. We're going to keep growing. I don't know what Greg's going to do. That's up to Greg
Get off
there.
The boat.
But, we're super proud of you as a human being, and we wish you nothing but the best, man. So thank you very much.
Yeah, appreciate it. Have a great show, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks a
later,
lot.
bud. Thanks, Tanner.
Bye.
Tell Ted I say hello.
There you go, Papa Ted.
Yeah, Papa
Shout
Ted
out,
Morgan.
Papa Ted. Awesome.
Oh, that was elite. That was a
That
good
was
way
great.
to kick off the show.
I don't think Dog's very happy with you right now, Greg, but that's something you're going to have to work out with him.
He'll be all right.
So now we got another one.
Yeah, we got Dalton Lennon. He's a local guy drafted by the Yankees.
Who?
The Yankees.
We got a Yankee on the show.
Oh, we got a
Jeez.
Yankee.
No big deal.
All of our interviews are brought to you again by Bricks Boatworks.
Bricks.
Let's bring Dalton Lennon on the show.
Hey guys,
What's up,
thanks
big
for
guy?
having me. Not much.
So were you able to see the other interview while you were queued up there or no?
Oh yeah, you got Tanner Morgan on the show. I'm definitely gonna listen to that. So
There you go.
I'm definitely gonna watch that as much as I can. So yeah, I was on listening and whatnot. So
Give us a little rundown of you then, Dalton. So what are you up to right now? What's been going on in quarantine and things like that?
well, my wife and I, we were down in Tampa for spring training, and Yankees obviously had a couple players test positive for coronavirus. So we were actually quarantined by the Department of Health in Tampa for 2 weeks. So we were able to go home on March 25th, and that's when my wife and I came home. And since March 25th, I've been hanging out, trying to find some areas to throw and get my work in and whatnot. But is really what it's been it. Watching a ton of movies and
There you
nothing
go.
you really can do.
Well, if you've been watching Ozark, I have 2 episodes left, so
No spoiler.
I haven't watched Ozark yet. I'm really into Westworld right now. So
Oh, nice.
There you go. Excellent. Well, go ahead, Greg.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, what I was going to say then, a lot of guys talk about how not glamorous minor league baseball is when you're in it, but they also say that there's been so many memories they would never give up. What's some things that you've had through the couple of years now that you've noticed about the grind of minor league baseball?
I just noticed like it definitely is not glamorous by any means, but the fact that you and 25 other guys teammates with are all going through the same thing, they're all getting roughly around the same paycheck, and we're all having to go on a bus and have an 8-hour trip overnight and have to get up and play the next day. Like you're all in that together, and just creates not like a brotherhood, but it's really connects you and gets you closer to all the guys around you. And I think another big thing that you don't really see too much, especially in Minnesota, is the Latin culture and what their mannerisms are and how they interact with each other is a lot different than in the Midwest and in America. So being able to see that firsthand and maybe even try and get a little bit of their culture into what you do is pretty cool. And that's what I think what makes minor league baseball so much different and so unique and fun for baseball.
So you were born in Burnsville, right? Did you go to Lakeville then, high school?
Yeah, I was born in Burnsville, and I grew up there for 8 years. And then we moved to Lakeville, and that's when I went to Lakeville North High School and graduated from there.
Awesome.
Were you a multi-sport athlete then?
I played in middle school and then in high sophomore year, but then I went up sophomore year is really when I took off for baseball. So that's when I decided just to focus solely on that and try and make the best of my baseball career and see where it could take me.
Awesome.
Obviously, that was the smart move. So you did a little banking, and we have a mutual friend, Paul. So now how is it working for Paul there at Sterling State Bank there before you went off to training camp?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was working for Paul. I mean, he's a big sports nut like myself. So we would, have half-hour conversations. He was a big fantasy football guy, so we talk about fantasy football probably a little bit longer than we should have. But it was great working for him. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot from him, and hopefully we can continue that professional career with them as going forward in the future.
Well, I got to thank him for semi-connecting us. He talked about you at a meeting that you were about to go off to spring training. So I think later on that day, I sent you a message trying to get you on the show.
Well, yeah, that's what because I texted him. Oh, well, I was at work when you had texted me, and I was like, "Hey, do you know Mike Reeves?" And he goes, "Yeah, I was just talking to him about you." And I was like, "Oh, well, he wants me to go on his show." And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "This guy works quick." I was like, "Yeah, I don't know what to Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Mike's definitely all in. So the one thing I was going to ask about, it looked like last season, correct me if I'm wrong, but you had some save opportunities last year. Are you kind of converting more to like a late relief?
Well, last year was a little different because, I mean, the Yankees and you guys saw it too with all the injuries that the Yankees had at the big league club. It was more of a next man up mentality, and it just goes to show how deep our farm system is. So I know the Yankees that we have a lot of guys who would start in other organizations, and that they opportunities. So I think that's what happened last year, is where I was more of a long relief. I'd come in for 3 to 4 innings, like a little starter, not a closer by any means, but go a little bit longer in relief. And it just so happened that sometimes if the starter would go 5 innings, I'd finish out the game and get a couple save opportunities. But I think that's more of like a hybrid position, like an Andrew Miller type is where I fit in best for my repertoire. But I'll do anything, whatever you want. It's one of the best organizations in baseball, so whatever they feel is best for my career, I'm going to go with it.
Awesome. Yeah, I kind of wanted to ask you that is, I'm a Brewers fan, and one of the trends the past couple of years has been these teams going to this pitcher by committee where they're not spending $30 million on 3-4 starting pitchers. And as a reliever, do you like that idea where you're going to pitch more often throughout a week, but you're not even projected to pitch? You could put 9 guys up, 9 guys down, but you're not expected to pitch more in 3 innings. Do you like that idea more often? Less?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something that baseball is, that the trend that's going baseball is more short out, and you see in the way where it's you through 4 innings. It's unbelievable, and I think that's where baseball is going. And personally, for me, I like that because if I have the more opportunities that I can have to influence a game, the better. Instead of pitching every 5th or 6th day, and it's not. It's a lot easier to stay locked in if I could pitch today. If you're pitching every 5-6 days, it's like, I'm not going to pitch against these guys this series, so why would I even try and pay attention? I'll just go spit seeds. So, it's definitely something that I prefer. I may be in the vast minority or whatnot. I'm not sure, but that's just my thoughts on it. So,
what's your top speed?
This past year, I topped out at 94. All time, I was a sophomore in college. I hit 97. So anywhere in like the mid 90s is where I'll top out at. And hopefully this year, I can go back to that 97. I was feeling pretty good in spring training and beforehand. So hopefully that can bump those numbers up and get some.
Awesome.
And the big thing, as well, Dalton, you can confirm, but it's not just about having that hard fastball. It's also that mix that you need to have. I had a acquaintance of mine through high school ball that got drafted by the Royals, and he threw a hard fastball, but he ended up not making the grind after a couple years in single A and double A, just because that was really his bread and butter. And, it's a big thing to have a tackle box of pitches when you're getting up into the league.
Yeah, I think the best way I've heard it is velocity is your ticket to the show, where that's your ticket to get in. And then once you get to the actual show, it's all about how you can keep it down and mix up your pitch. Just basically important. It's a huge factor in getting outs and predicting outs. But at the end of the day, if you can only throw a fastball, anyone's going to catch up to it, especially in today's game.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on. You're a hometown guy. You are a Yankee, so that sucks, but that's got to be cool, to literally go to, the most, the biggest organization maybe in pro sports, period. So we'll be rooting for you. Hopefully we can have you on again once you get pitching, and we'll be rooting for you, Dalton. So thank you.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on. I'd love to come back anytime. Any Minnesota sports talk, I'm down to come on the show and talk about anything you guys want. So anytime.
Let's make sure that we're gonna make sure that we get you into our Twist Fantasy Football League this year.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That way we'll get you in that league. The more pros we have, the better. So we'll make sure to send you and get you in. All right.
Yeah, I'm all in. Fantasy football is my favorite thing. I think I'd shed a tear if we don't have football this year. So
we'll be all right, bud.
Nice.
I think so too. So yeah, thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate it. And you guys take it easy. All right.
All right. Thanks. Take
Later,
care.
bud.
All right.
Beautiful.
Woo!
I was going to invite him into the fantasy league, but now maybe you can beat someone.
Well, Wisconsin players, you're just too slow.
Watch him take the title too. That'd be great.
He'd take our money too.
Oh,
Calm down, Greg. You can't just throw out the gambling aspect of it. It's for pride. All right, headlines of the week. I went out on a limb here, so we got some fun ones. First headline of the week, Tom Brady has a new landlord.
ooh,
Yeah. And he used to be a Yankee, the landlord. Imagine that.
wow.
Reportedly, Tom Brady's new 30,000 square foot Tampa mansion he's leasing from Derek Jeter.
Mm.
You know what? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say.
No, just interrupt him, Greg.
Yeah,
That's
go
fine.
ahead. I mean, it's just the freaking headlines, Greg.
Go ahead.
It's the first one. I'm trying
Go
to
ahead.
get some flow in
Go
here.
ahead.
All right. Well, let
You
me.
threw you off your game.
Now, where am I going to go back to here? So, anyways, take that, Boston fans, huh?
What's the rent?
Good God, it's not a twist.
I'm just going to go to the
without-
next. I'm going to the next headline. Number
$44,000
two.
a month.
Headline. Can I get through this one? Let me get through this
All
one.
right, leave him alone.
Number two. Vikings wide receiver Adam Thielen calls Diggs trade a bummer.
Oh, bummer.
Obviously, it's a bummer that he's not here because it was such a fun duo to be able to work off one another and things like that, whether it be practice or games. Thielen said via the Pioneer Press, so I'm definitely going to miss that. But it will be fun to see him have success somewhere else.
Yeah, a.k.a. bye, boo-boo kitty,
Yeah,
get lost.
AKA, this is a mature team. Take that drama to your mama.
Yeah.
All right. Number three, Tua's medical recheck results overwhelmingly positive. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport and NFL Network's Mike Garafolo, is that what it is?
Garofalo.
Report the former Alabama quarterback participated in voluntary medical recheck Thursday, facilitated by the NFL Scouting Combine, and results were overwhelmingly positive. As part of the recheck, all 32 team doctors and trainers were able to provide input on what exams they wanted conducted, and a comprehensive examination was performed. So Tua's ready to rock and roll.
Beautiful.
Those are my three headlines for the week. Thanks.
Nice job.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Greg, for letting me really get in my flow there.
How do you not say how much he's paying in rent? $44,000 a month.
Oh, there you go. That's like $44 a month to Tom.
Well, yeah, it's still significant.
Can't even get my headlines in.
Oh, weird.
Well, hopefully you can get your bit in.
Yeah.
Good luck.
We'll see. All right, time to get learned, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell them.
Today in history, April 4th.
4-4.
Look at those long fingers. Holy moly.
3 knuckles.
Jeez. Before I get going on this, we got some more viewers. I need you to go to rtfsportsnetwork.com
And vote.
Don't vote for Dylan's stupid show on and off.
Vote for Twist.
They're on and off. They're bipolar. Vote for Twist.
Vote for the show that gets the views.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Let's get learned.
God.
In 1818, Congress decides on the U.S. flag, 13 red and white stripes and 20 stars. 1828, Casperus Van Wooden patents chocolate milk powder out of Amsterdam. Greg liked that. 1850, City of L.A. added the ink. They were incorporated.
Ooh.
1911, Hugh Chalmers, automaker, suggests the idea of a baseball MVP.
Look at Hugh.
Good for you, Hugh. 1948, 84-year-old Connie Mack challenges 78-year-old Clark Griffith to a race from home to first base. It ended in a tie, and someone died. They're old. Nobody died. It was a tie, but good Lord. Connie Mack, 84, just getting it, old baseball player.
Just sprinting.
1968, U.S. civil rights activist MLK Jr. was assassinated in Memphis. That sucks. 1974, Hank Aaron ties Babe Ruth's home run record by hitting his 714th. Did you watch that live?
I was there. I was one of the guys running around.
I thought so. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Greg was the ball boy.
He was using his height for his advantage. 1975, Microsoft is founded as a partnership between Billy Gates and Paul Allen.
Cash.
Not our Paul Allen.
Cash.
Billy Gates? You call him Billy?
Yeah, Billy.
Think he doesn't?
God. Anyway, 1985, Tulane University cancels its basketball season amidst a scandal. Ooh. 1986, Wayne Gretzky sets the NHL record with his 213th point of the season. 1989, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar plays his last NBA game in Seattle.
Oof.
Yeah, that's tough. 1989, New York Yankee Tommy John ties record of playing 26 seasons. That's when he threw out his arm and needed the surgery.
Yeah.
1994, LA Dodgers Darryl Strawberry begins his substance abuse treatment. Good for you,
Good
Darryl.
for you, Daryl.
Getting your life together.
Figure it out.
We got some birthdays. 1963, Jack Big Rack Del Rio, NFL linebacker for the Minnesota Vikings, was born in Cali. 1965, Iron Man Robert Downey Jr. was born. And in 1975, R.I.P. the real Joker, Heath Ledger, was born.
Heath. That's true.
So, you got learned.
Beautiful. It's not hard for me to feel more intelligent, so thank you.
That was powerful.
Jack Big Rack.
Jack Big Rack.
Jack Snapback Del Rio. Getting
Time for what you've all been waiting for, our sports rants, and we are jacked up. We're ready to go. Who's kicking it off?
I thought you were going to, because
Don't tell me what to do, Greg.
now he's laid back in the cut. He's laid back in the cut. Heisman. I'll go
my
first.
whole job
I'll
was
go
to
first.
piss you off to
I'll
rile
go.
you up.
Greg.
I was trying to rile my
Greg.
We'll go in order. I'll go next.
I'll go.
Go ahead.
Sports rant of the week. Marcus Carr declares for the NBA draft.
Who?
Exactly. Carr said he is not hiring an agent. Now, Marcus Carr, for most of us who don't, I know who he is, but still. All right, he plays for the Gophers, guard, okay? He's not hiring an agent, but he's going to declare for the NBA draft, basically to feel out what his draft stock is. Carr, there is none. First and foremost, if you're not a first-round pick, don't leave college early.
This ain't the NFL, Carr.
I know for a fact Patino is not co-signing on this. You want to leave. We'll grab somebody. There's a bunch of recruits that got us in there, which is awesome. For once, hopefully Patino can actually wrangle some of them up. But yeah, to see a guy, I understand he's 21 years old. So
Just a pup.
well, not necessarily in college, but still, he's getting up there. I understand that. It's tough to get drafted after you're that old, especially in the first or second round.
Or if you're not good enough.
Yeah, but that's the thing, man. You know, if you want to just go play in the G League, go play in the G League. That's fine. But for you to think that your talent has already been up there and you're ready to be on an NBA team, come on, man. Stay there, get learned.
He's got his boys whispering in his ear. Come on, bro. You're
bro,
good.
I need that couple stacks.
You're
Throw me a couple
good.
stacks, bro. I'd stay there. Keep rowing the boat.
He's not a lead. He can't
Go hang
compete.
out with Tanner Morgan for a little bit. Let him get you fit, spiritually fit. All right, that's what I got, bud.
All revved up. All right.
Nothing compared to this.
This might be
I've
rough.
been hearing about this all week.
So Adam Schefter ripped the NFL in a passionate rant about the coronavirus. So I'm going to rip him in a passionate rant as well. His words, the draft is happening only through the sheer force and determination and lack of foresight from the NFL, frankly. They are determined to put this on while this carnage is in the streets. The only carnage in the streets is you putz. Okay, here's Adam Schefter's job, okay? Oh, breaking news. Let me tweet that. Okay, let me just tie my tie. Hi, I'm Adam Spanky Schefter with ESPN. Somebody just sent me some news, and I just released it. Thank you. Now he's going to bite the hand that feeds him and start talking crap. Shut your mouth. You have the easiest job in sports. You tweet. Shut up. Seriously. The NFL, we need this as a country. I want to watch a digital Madden player go up and slap Roger Goodell high five virtually. Yeah. I need it. There's nothing going on besides twist. Not on and off the field. Us. Okay?
Us.
Just us. So I already tweeted Adam Schefter the minute this went out. I'll take his job. Anybody could take his job. A monkey could take his job. He does nothing. You know, the biggest thing is, you know who his wife is? Well, it was the wife of his best friend who died in 9/11, and he thought it'd be his job to take over, for him.
Okay, that was sweet.
It wasn't sweet. You married your dead friend's wife. You're a bum. You're a loser.
Raised the kids.
Oh, God, whatever. They're not his kids. Not his kids. Adam Schefter, get a new job.
We go with Woj.
Wow. That was in-depth.
That was in depth. Good rap.
It was. His
that
friend
feel
was
good?
in depth.
That feel good?
I do feel better.
Relieved.
Wow. All right. So there's that.
Yeah, I went there.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So when NCAA canceled the tournament, what ESPN decided to do is come out with a tournament that fans would vote on for the 64. They picked the 64 best college basketball players of all time. Now, I'll be the first to say that I think that what they should have done from the start is had 64 women and 64 men. It's just not right because there's no way you compare, Sabrina Ionescu, Brittany Griner, because they're amazing in their own right, but they shouldn't be compared to guys who played back in the 60s.
He talked about this before, and he just completely changed his rant because I was going to call him a sexist bastard.
No, it had nothing.
So he started with the women.
No,
Let him finish.
Erroneous.
You're going down to his
No,
level.
that
Go
had
ahead.
nothing to do with it. My point is, in the finals of this tournament that fans voted on, they had Michael Jordan playing against Larry Bird. That is the most ridiculous thing ever. There are 5 players from college basketball that are the best 5 of all time. This is non-negotiable. Spots 2 through 5, put them in any order. I don't care.
Diana Taurasi,
Bill
Brittany
Walton,
Griner.
Bill Walton, Oscar Robertson, Pistol Pete Maravich, and Christian Laettner. 2 through 5, put them in any order you want. I'll have that conversation. Number 1 is Lou Alcindor. That's it.
Ooh.
There's nobody better in college basketball. Lou Alcindor. Some of you younger guys. Some of you younger guys might know him as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He lost
So
two.
speak English.
He lost 2 college basketball games in his entire 3-year career because when he played, you couldn't play as a freshman. 2 games.
That's back when it was mostly white people, and they were all
They
5'3", and he was 6'12".
They outlawed the dunk because of him. So what did he do? He invented his own shot. You might know it as the sky hook. There's people like me who've perfected it from the lefty side.
Oh, my God.
Bottom line is Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, not even in the top 10 when it comes to college basketball players. Those 5 are the best 5.
You know who is, though?
Non-negotiable. Shaq beat in this tournament. Shaq got more votes than Lou Alcindor in like the round of 32. That's the most ridiculous thing ever.
Electric.
These people need to realize that things happened before they were born. And if you're not in a video game, it still existed. That's all I got.
What you should have said, Greg, is they should have combined it, not had separate 64s for men and women. We're a combined coalition of men and women. Okay.
No, it's
and then you give your top 5
Co-ed.
of both co-ed.
Co-ed.
You are a sexist bastard.
No.
Damn it,
Yeah.
Greg. This is
He
2020,
He's
Greg.
trying to separate you again. Segregation.
Twitter fell. It's all right.
We lost the Twitter.
By tweet. Oh, unbelievable.
Greg.
Whew. Wow, I'm fired up now.
Let's go.
Larry Johnson is not in the top 5.
Dog.
Dog.
Let your dog out. You like that?
Yeah.
Twitter, man.
Put your hands together for the twist topics of the week.
There it goes. All right. Time to fire up some twist topics here.
Twist topic number 1.
So we've been dealing with some NFL free agency. We want to talk about some winners and losers. GBG, why don't you start us
Go ahead,
off?
Greg.
The winners, I think you got to go with the Cleveland Browns. They picked up a lot of players that they need. I mean, they filled in spots that they needed, and they still have money, to go after other guys. They didn't do what the Redskins were known for doing over the past 10 years. Find that number 1 guy, overpay him, and then you're sitting with that, broken down car a year later. They actually went and they got value. They got Austin Hooper. They brought in guys, and then they also got in, Case Keenum, who's going to be a good backup. So you brought in value, and I thought that the Cleveland Browns finally brought in value to positions. So that's my winner.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, I had two.
I had two.
I had the Cardinals. Yep. Obviously, they picked up DeAndre Hopkins. The trade isn't official yet.
Right.
So we're not quite there. But then they also brought in big 6'6" D-tackle Jordan Phillips, Devon Kennard, Devondre Campbell, Trayvon Coley. But I do slightly above them have the Miami Dolphins, mostly because they have no notable losses. They brought in probably one of the best top 5 cornerbacks in the league in Byron Jones, a great linebacker in Kyle Van Noy, Shaq Lawson at the end, Jordan Howard, who I'll get to later, but he's a good running back. And then offensive lineman Eric Flowers.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like that as well. My other winner, I had the Cardinals, but I also had the Colts. Colts pulling in Philly Rivers, but also getting that Buckner trade. Like,
huge.
They're huge. And, I mean, that team was so good when they had Andy Luck, and I'm not comparing Rivers to Luck because they're different. But also just realizing that you have such a good offensive line, and now you've already had such a strong defensive line that you invest in Buckner. That team's going to be tough. So that's my winners. I'll start with losers then. Loser, I have not a team. I have another team, but not a team for my first one. Derek Carr.
Ooh.
My loser of free agency. They go out and they not only grab another quarterback, but they grab him day one. Day one, they say, all right, we want this guy. Usually you'll wait, you'll sit back, and you'll figure out, okay, we'll take this guy now. No, day one, Gruden's like, let me get this guy. Mariota comes in. That's huge. Also, my other loser, unfortunately, is going to be the Pack. For now, just because they miss on their tight end.
What are you talking about? They got Mercedes Lewis.
Rolling luxury.
Wow.
Mercedes. And then Balaga's gone. So, I mean, you miss. So they're going shopping. That's cool. But, yeah, they're going to be one of my losers, the Pack. Greg, do you agree with that?
I don't think the Packers did enough. I agree with that. I don't think they'd be a loser because, well, I think that they
if you're not winning, you're losing.
No, they took a shot at Austin Hooper. They didn't get him. Big deal. They knew Balaga wasn't coming back.
What do you mean no big deal? That hurts your pride.
Now you go in the draft. All I'm saying, they knew they weren't going to get Balaga back. They knew they weren't going to get Balaga back. So that's not.
I know, but you still lost.
Why would you want him? He's an injury.
The biggest loser of the whole free agency so far is the Texans. Losing Hop.
I think they're losing on purpose.
Well, why?
I don't know. No one knows.
Yeah,
no one. They have him for a year, but then he's gone with the win.
The thing is, it's not so much that you lose. Guys lose in free agency all the time in trades, but what they got for him is what sucks.
Right.
So that's what makes them the loser.
Bag of chips.
And I'm not even going to make them my loser. I'm going to make Bill O'Brien a loser and the owner a loser who allows him to be a general manager. He's literally the worst in any sport. He's horrible. Yeah. He's terrible. Right. It's not even just they don't want to play for the Texans. They don't want to be a part of his culture. They're jumping off his boat. So I don't want to blame the Texans. I want to blame him. He's just, oh, God.
Look at what they got for Hop and look at what we got for Diggsy.
Yeah.
Holy
That's
cow.
Spielman. He's a genius. Whew. All right.
Twist topic number 2.
All right, put your GM hats on, boys. Ready? You're the GM for the Bengals.
Yeah, bring it.
Do you trade the number 1 with the Dolphins for 3 first rounds and a 2? It would be picks 5, 18, 26, and 39.
Give me some of those guys.
So, just based on some mock drafts, I'm the Dolphins GM with 5. This is a no trade.
Yeah.
5, I'm taking Tua. 18, Henry Ruggs III. 26, DeAndre Swift, running back.
Yeah.
39, big 6'6", 350-pound offensive tackle, Isaiah Wilson.
Brute.
So those are my 4 picks if the Dolphins keep it. Would you give those 4 all for 1?
I would.
I would.
Great band, by the way. All for 1.
I would because keep in mind that they also they would I just think that right now you're kind of in that state of mind where you need more than one player. If you're the Bengals, you already have 35, pick number 35 as well, that first pick in the second round. So it's not like you're getting, you're losing, all this stuff. So you get all this stuff, and you still have Dalton,
Mhm.
so you can play him for another year. If
You and Dalton have the same color hair.
Strawberry blonde over there.
Yeah.
Looking good.
So I would do it because I think that what you need right now is you need volume. You need guys. And if you're Miami, you've settled a lot of your needs you already have. You can use that draft collateral you have to get the guy.
Sure.
So,
Well, my take on it is this. You're basically trading away Burrow for Tua and a bunch of other picks, right? Awesome. I mean, the difference being in skill set when Tua's healthy to Burrow, there's not much of a difference there. Now, you obviously got an injury-prone Tua. That's going to be tough. That's the only wild card there. But still, if it pans out, Tua could easily be better than Burrow. So just for clicks, just here to party.
Here to party. Absolutely.
Come
We're
on,
partying too.
Makes sense. There you go. So, yeah, I definitely would do it. You need a lot more than a quarterback to make that team a team.
So you would trade it if
Yeah.
you were the Bengals?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, I would too, but if I were the Dolphins, I absolutely wouldn't. Like I said, they're the big free agency winner. One of the worst teams, top 5 worst teams last year, but they're making some moves. They're not tanking for Trevor.
No.
They're going to be a borderline playoff team next year, I think. So you really can build. If those were the actual players they got, you'd get a starting quarterback, a starting running back, a slot receiver, a starting offensive tackle.
Love it.
With your first 4 picks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way. And Tua's Tua. I love Tua. So, yeah, good stuff, Matt.
You see Mike talking smack in there?
I do. I'm not airing it.
Twist.
Don't worry about it. You ain't
number
getting on
3.
this flick. Hey, make sure you go vote for Twist on rtfsportsnetwork.com. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Make sure you can, again, make sure you haven't yet today. Go ahead.
Just vote. I
Just
swear,
vote.
if this show ends and I go on and look and we're still losing, we're not coming back for 19. We're taking a hiatus. Okay? If you want to continue to watch us, you better go
How about this?
smash that.
Smash it. Vote, share, get it. But also, how about this? You don't go, we don't beat them this week, we'll just send Greg in next week.
Let me tell you a little
Can you imagine?
Let me tell you a little
Can you
kicker
imagine?
here, too. So you're going to go on rtfsportsnetwork.com.
Yeah.
You are going to vote
Yeah.
for the show of the month. And you know what else you're going to do?
Subscribe.
You are going to subscribe.
Yeah.
Why? Why are they going to subscribe?
Because you're intelligent people that watch good shows.
Because you are going to get entered
Yeah.
for 3 free months of ESPN Plus just by subscribing.
No
It's
big
an
deal.
email a week. It's not a big deal at all. So a little double whammy. Vote, subscribe. You get Twist. You get ESPN Plus. Woo! Twist topic number 3.
Let it rip.
If you're the Brooklyn Nets, trade for a 3rd star. Does that make them a favorite next year? So they're already going to have Durant coming back. They got Kyrie, Sly, and they bring in a 3rd star.
when Mike said
What are you grinning
Yeah, I
about
don't
over
know.
there?
because when you sent this question, I had to laugh because that's assuming that Kyrie's a star. Kyrie came along because of Durant. They didn't want him. They didn't even to think that Kyrie Irving is still a top echelon player.
What?
He's a whiny little bee.
Oh, man.
What's
What they need to do is get rid of him, pair Durant up with someone else, and then if you want to bring in a 3rd guy. You're not going to win a championship with Kyrie Irving.
Hold on.
Yeah, except for if you're LeBron James.
Hold on. Okay, so hold on. So you're saying Kyrie is not a top 5 point guard when healthy?
No.
Oh
Ask
my God.
Ask anyone from Boston what they think.
I thought you were
about
going to say ask anybody from
He wasn't
Milwaukee.
healthy in Boston.
Yeah, because he doesn't care. Well, okay, the reason why he won when he was with Cleveland,
Yes.
they had Kevin Love and this other guy. You guys kind of follow him, right?
Come on.
LeBron.
This other guy.
In order for them to even have that comeback, he had to sink huge buckets.
So he's had a couple of good games. I'm not saying he's trash. I'm not saying he's the worst player in the league. I'm saying that to consider him
Michael.
in a big 3.
He is always hurt, but Matt said when he's healthy,
when he's healthy, he's a top 5 guard.
he's got the best handles
Are
in the
you kidding
league.
me?
That's okay. That's fine. But if you're not healthy, what does Herm Edwards always say?
Hi, Taylor.
Your best ability is availability. If you're not available, you're trash.
Exactly. Keyword when healthy.
So he's not a top 5 point guard if he can't stay healthy.
Why don't
I
you-
could be a top five
Oh,
point guard.
here
if I
we
was
go
healthy.
with the sky hook again. I
You're
can't.
6'4".
I
Yeah,
can't. Go, Mike. Go.
Oh, good
Go.
Lord.
Let him cool down.
If they do get a 3rd star, yeah, I think they are contenders because right
Of
now
course they are.
the top teams in the league right now are both LA,
Yep.
and they both have 2 stars.
Bucks.
Gross. I just puked in my mouth a little bit. The Bucks have 1 star, and he's going to leave.
Middleton and Giannis.
Middleton looks like he's 58 years old and
Middleton's
strokes threes. He's not a superstar.
Middleton's better than Kyrie Irving.
Oh, my God.
What? Now you're going out on a limb.
By the way, this is my Wonderlic score, 34.
Oh, my God.
I so wish there was a mute button for
All right.
Greg right now.
Go on.
Well, I just went.
Yeah, so go on.
Next subject.
Yeah, we're good.
This one just pissed me off.
Yeah, this just got me out.
Quiz topic number 4.
Quattro! Speaking of the NBA, they are considering resuming the season in a single site with shortened playoffs. It would be like seven or 8 games and then right to the playoffs.
Sure.
What are your guys' thoughts on this?
Give me sports. Give me sports. If that's the way you want to make it happen so it can come back, make it happen. I don't care if they're playing on the blacktop as long as it's live and it's actual players. Like Mike was saying, you watch that EA stuff on ESPN, you watch about 2 minutes of it and shut it off.
Straight trash, homie.
Straight trash, homie. So, yeah, give me some live sports. I don't care if format. I don't care.
The thing about this is whether it's the NFL draft or NBA playoffs or whatever you're talking about in the climate we're living in, everyone's on the same page. So if everyone gets to start up again, they get 1 week to practice, and then they get 7, 8 regular season games, whatever they decide on.
Yeah.
Everyone's on the same page. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like Matt said, just bring it back.
Just bring it back.
Don't whine to me like, oh, we don't get this. Either does anyone else.
Bring it back
We're
to the
getting
bottom of the
nothing.
map.
We're getting nothing right now.
Don't talk to Schefter about it either.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Tweet that.
Tweet that.
Bring it back. Give us something.
Next.
Quiz topic.
Oh, I can't wait to
number
hear what he's
5.
got to hear say about this.
So this one's from Steenie Baby over there. The Vikings are rumored to be looking to trade up for a wide receiver. Interested in the Bucks' 14th pick. Looking for a consensus top wide receiver. Look at Greg over there.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think we're agreeing.
What would they have to give up, and would it be worth it?
No, don't. Please don't. No, don't do it. Yeah, Nate, I like that.
Okay.
You guys don't even keep score, Nate.
Okay. First of all, if you're trading 22 and 25,
Yeah.
I think you can get better than 14, first of all. But in a draft this year, I'm not saying overall.
Sure.
I'm saying this year. Why would you trade 22 and 25 to move up to 14 when this draft there's going to be 21 wide receivers taken in the first 2 rounds or first 3 rounds, whatever it is?
Who told you that? Adam Schefter?
Yeah, we're
No, Field Yates on ESPN.
Ooh,
Mention-
Wow. Name drop.
Shout out.
I don't know him personally, although if he'd ever return my tweets, maybe we'd get him on the show. However, I just don't think this is the year where you take all of this first round collateral and move up just a couple of spots to get a wide receiver when you could get one at either 22 or 25 or in the
Or just
second
pick
round.
one up undrafted and breed him into a freaking Pro Bowler.
You kind of did that with this guy who played football in Mankato. Got this guy who played football in Mankato.
We only talk about Gophers.
You can't
All right?
strike oil every time.
No, you can't.
Well, you got to keep.
But
you got
you
to
saying we
digging.
want to go up?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say
I would
hopefully.
love CD Lamb and some perp. That boy is a beast.
Then you need a
But
quarterback to
I'd
throw
rather
him.
take Tyler Johnson in the second or third.
Give me Judy.
No, I'm staying pat.
Yeah.
Unless we're going, yeah.
Because if you get one of those top tier wide receivers, then you're gonna have to get a quarterback to throw him the ball.
Oh my God, here we go again. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Way to freaking kill the buzz again, Greg. We got all these viewers on that are about to go vote for Twist on RTF Sports Network
From
as the show of the
Wisconsin.
month. They're not from Wisconsin. They haven't even woke up yet. They're still hungover over the border.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Drankson.
Drankson, clanking claws.
They're-
There's no law.
They're used to being quarantined
Yeah,
over there. That's all they do. Is
Old
sit in the cellar
Milwaukee's best.
drinking.
They're pounding the old Milwaukee's and eating potato salad.
Have you
Farting
ever
their
been to
pants.
Wisconsin?
They don't
These
even wipe
people
their
are-
butts over there.
These people are already in their
Dog-
first 6-pack of Saturday.
Dog, can you confirm?
Hey, look, we got somebody on the phone here from Wisconsin. Oh, look at that.
There it is.
That's our Wisconsin
the
caller.
fireball's flowing in Wisconsin right now.
You know what? I wasn't going to do this,
Oh God, what are you gonna do?
but we're doing it. We are going to do it. So let me go on this. We get this off. Fire this up. I want it.
Oh, now you're going to ruin my day even more?
can't stand on there.
He's dancing.
Those aren't toys, okay? That's sports memorabilia.
Sports memorabilia.
All right, we're going to play a game of rapid fire. We're all fired up anyway, so we might as well go. Greg knows the rules.
Greg's a cheating.
Your name is your buzzer.
Go.
Question number 1.
Yeah.
What is the diameter of a basketball hoop in inches?
Greg. 14 inches.
Matt, 16 inches. What is it?
Point goes to cardboard. Doge. 18 inches. Question number 2.
Greg, close.
What does BMX stand for?
Doge.
Bicycle motocross.
There's no motor on it.
Cross starts with a C.
It's actually bicycle moto X, and the X stands for the cross. You don't know because you didn't get the answer right.
I'm trying to get
Point Doge. 2-0 CBD. You can find him on the tweet machine at CBD Twist.
Got more followers than I do.
Or at Twist CBD. I don't know.
What do you got to say? Where?
Oh, that's what I thought.
Doge is just smiling.
He's just always having a good time.
All right, next.
Question number 3. In sport, what is black? 1 inch thick, 3 inches in diameter. Matt.
Hockey puck.
That's right.
Boom. Matt gets on the board. Greg's still sitting over there with a goose egg. Question number 4. Which country does David Beckham play for? Matt.
England.
That's right.
Ties it up with CBD. Greg still goosed out.
I haven't gotten hockey or soccer questions right. I'm okay with that.
Oh, and I'm a big soccer guy.
It's David Beckham.
Bend it.
That's
Bend it like Beckham.
That's the hairstyle you're going for right now.
Let's go.
David.
I'm flowing.
Question number 5.
Heating up.
How many players are playing in a single match from one team in hockey? Matt.
6.
That's right.
Oh, he's on fire! 3-2 and the goose.
I don't know. Golden.
How high is a basketball hoop?
Greg. 10
Greg.
feet.
That's right.
And one of us out of the 3 of us can actually put a ball into it.
Oh, I can jam.
Yeah, I can too. Boom.
Stroke jam.
You ain't
can't
getting up
jam.
there.
Well, not anymore. I'm
Maybe
40.
68 years
Here
ago.
you go.
Well, I know.
Off a
Unbelievable.
trampoline.
I promise you, RTF Sports Network and Twist Nation, we will go live. I don't care if it's right after this show. I'll go buy a basketball, and you guys can watch this idiot try and dunk at his
I
age.
just want to mark 10 feet on a wall and see if you could get up.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, cheap.
Even better.
Cheap.
All right, so the score is 3-2 to 1.
Yeah.
Question number 7. Who won the 2013 Tour de France? Matt.
Was it Lance? Lance Armstrong. It's the only one I know.
It was a trick question.
The answer is nobody.
You said it was a trick question. You gave it.
Well,
on
yeah,
a
'cause
platter.
everybody
you
wants-
handed it on a platter.
Nobody won.
Yeah, Chris Froome won.
Oh.
Mr. Tour de
Thank
France
God.
elite
Thank
over
God.
here, like he knows what he's talking
Who
about.
the hell is what's his name?
Last time Greg was on a bicycle was to go get a loaf of bread.
Yeah, it's Sarah Lee.
All right, so the score now is 3-3 to 1.
Yeah.
Question number 8.
Yeah.
What country does Usain Bolt belong to?
Matt. Jamaica.
That's right.
Boom. 4-3 to 1 with 3 questions to go. You ready, GBG?
Bring it.
Name the boxer that stunned Tyson. Greg.
Buster Douglas.
That's right.
2-3 to 4. Greg's got a chance to tie it still. Matt just needs one more correct answer to win.
Go, good guys.
Question number 10. Who is the only player allowed to touch the ball in soccer?
Greg.
Greg.
The goalkeeper.
Woo! Coming down to the last question.
That's all right.
Now, for all you viewers and listeners out there, Benzino over here has never won a game against GBG.
Only
ever.
ties here. Only ties.
That's why I said never won.
Right.
So GBG for the tie. Doge for the tie.
Yeah.
Or Benz for the win. How many periods in hockey? Matt.
3. Damn.
Let's go! There it is. You've seen history, folks. Unbelievable.
I want to just hold on. I prepared for this. I just want to thank, my fiance, my ma, dad. I know you're out there watching. I also want to thank Twist Nation for going to RTF Sports Network and voting for us as the show of the month. Means a lot. I know you care. Peace out.
Well, that's where we're going to end it this week.
As we should.
Folks.
A walk-off.
Walk-off win by Benz. We had some great interviews brought to you by Bricks, Tanner Morgan, and Dalton Lennon. We're going to see you next week, episode 19. Make sure to vote for us for the show of the month.